Hi, I'm Wendy Almeida, the Development Officer at the Mount Washington Observatory. I had the chance to sit down with Mike and Sue Zlogar, two extraordinary volunteers who have dedicated 20 years to helping the observatory. From tackling repair projects at the summit to cooking together in the kitchen, their contributions have touched every corner of life at the summit. For the past 10 years, they've brought our annual Christmas tree to the summit that creates a warm sense of home and a holiday spirit for our staff. You'll see from the conversation we had at the summit on the first day of their 2024 Volunteer Week that their generosity, positivity, and genuine care not only for our mission, but also for the people they work with is really extra special.
My name is Sue Zlogar, and I'm from Amherst, Massachusetts.
And Mike Zlogar, also from Amherst.
How long have you guys been volunteering with the observatory?
20, almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years. And how did you get started in volunteering?
I think it was stories that we heard from Marty, not the cat, but the weather person, and they were just pretty hysterical. We were fascinated by the Century Club, which I've yet to make and doubt I would because I'd wind up in Conway if I tried. Yeah, that's when it started.
It's great. And what keeps you coming back year after year?
We've really enjoyed being with the crews, making, they've become friends over the years and, come and go. We still stay in touch with a number of the past observers. And
That's awesome.
so it's just been, the friendships and enjoyment of coming up and just sharing time with the crews. And it's a nice getaway, it's especially in the wintertime, it's just so quiet up here with just a couple, the crews plus a few of the state park folks who we've come to know and become friends with. So, yeah, it's just been a nice getaway for us.
Yeah,
So you guys have been up here in all seasons.
we have.
And what would you say is your favorite season and why?
Now, in the winter.
Winter.
We love the quiet. And our favorite time actually is early morning, having coffee, looking out over the mountains, seeing what happened, if we see them, overnight, the rime ice, and some of the guests that wind up coming through. We've enjoyed that enormously.
So tell me a little bit about some of the projects that you've helped with over the years as a volunteer around the station.
It kind of started when on our first trip up here, Ken had found out somewhere along the line that I had a background in knowledge and skills in construction and others, even though that probably comes to with being a firefighter as well, and just kind of got asked to do stuff to help with things, painting, helping contractors, I did help do the ceiling. There's been so many little things around here that
We're doing the bunk rooms.
we've been able to do. And then during the bunk room renovation, John Gorman enlisted me to help him with some projects up here. The decking at the parapet one fall, that was a project with John. And then since then, it's just been little repair work that people don't normally have time for, or we're here. I like staying busy and just doing things to help out. I enjoy shoveling snow and helping out at the tower, de-icing, cleaning up after de-icing. And it's just nice being outside. It's like we don't see winter like this. We're from Western Mass, and we don't see winter like this. So being able to come up here and just enjoy the winter weather is a special treat. So we like to cook, especially make meals from scratch. And it's always fun to come up here with the pantry and just work to put out some good meals for the crews, for the visitors, for the trips, and just being creative, just having that opportunity to, what do we have to work with? And then creating some really good family style meals for the crew and any guests that are here. So
I'm the baker, and it's challenging, but it's a lot of fun. It can change within one 24-hour period. What I would do with some of the things I'm baking, I can just tell by the mixture. Can't do it the next day, depending on what's going on with the weather outside. But always fun, and always appreciated by the crew.
What's your favorite thing to bake up here?
Oh my goodness. Almost really anything. Cookies, muffins, pies, gosh, whatever they're interested in.
Yeah, and cooking at elevation, as far as like, what do you find is the trickiest part of baking at elevation?
Trying to figure out how to use leavening. And but the wonderful thing is, the first time I came up, there was a sign on the back of one of our cupboards that said, at this elevation, do this. And it makes a difference. Yeah.
So if you can tell me a little bit about what volunteering means to you.
I think for me it is collecting stories. There are so many wonderful people, and they tend not to toot their own horn. But especially being up here, to have met the number of young people coming through different seasons of their life. And I have learned so much from them, and I have enjoyed their company enormously. Yeah.
It's about the people. And I'm not much of one to, like I said, I'm a lousy tourist. I don't like just going someplace and just standing around looking at it. I'd rather be immersed in it with the people and projects and doing things like that. And that's what this has become, as folks come and go, crews, they move on in their careers. But, it's always been that opportunity of friendship, personal connections to the place a little bit, and said, just fun, coming back, and, state park folks and all the crews here and the folks in the valley, just become part of it. And I think, volunteering leads to that on a really meaningful and personal level.